Hey Cobra, what's happening, man? What are you doing up this early? Or late? Or whichever one it is. I'm not sure what to play. I was like, let's get a new game. I don't know what game to get. Let's play an old game. I don't know what game to play. Let's just go live. Just late night thoughts. They'll do that to you. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta sort through your brain. Yeah. It's almost May. Freaks me out, man. That's the dang years. That's how they go by so fast. Because I'm always like, okay, come on, warm weather. And then next thing, warm weather comes, you got 4 weeks of May, 4 weeks of June, summer's half over. It's like, oh crap, 4 weeks of hot July, 4 weeks of August, summer's over, September, 4 weeks of trying to hang on to the warm weather. Oh, October's here, time to get ready for Christmas. And another year's gone, another year's gone, another year's gone. They just don't know what to do right now. Well, you should go to sleep. Sorry, I just had to drop that one off. What are you dealing with? Maybe I can help. If you want to talk about it, if you don't want to talk about it. One of those things. I'm actually looking at doing some stand-up comedy. My jokes have been getting better, I swear. And there's no comedy clubs around here. So I'm staring down the barrel of driving an hour and a half or 3 hours each way to go do comedy at a comedy club. Yep. But cool thing is, it might actually work out. You know, might make some people laugh. Who knows? Might actually make some money at it. We'll see. Oh, girlfriend problems. Keep having these thoughts. And I don't know if I should get them a lot, but I feel like regret it a lot. I don't know what to do. Well, if you have a great relationship, then why would you break up with her? I mean, that's one of the worst things for a relationship is rubbernecking. Yeah. Let me throw one out there. The grass is always greener. And I'm not making a grass joke. There's an old moniker. The grass is always greener in your neighbor's yard. And then you go over there, and it turns out the grass is greener in your original yard. And so you go back. And it's like, you know, when you're looking at something, you don't always see the bad parts. You just see the good parts. Because that's what a lot of people show. And so it's like, you can be like, oh, she's prettier, or she's happier, or she's nicer. But everybody has bad days, and every girl has that time of the month where they get itchy for a week. Makes me so sad all the time with her sad stories, and it just rubs off on me and makes me sad. Oh, I got a lot on my plate, school and other stuff. Ooh. Yep, that's a tough one. Because I know what you mean. Because I know what you mean. It's like some girls are you know, positive. And I'll tell you a story. There was a girl, I was talking to this girl, and I was like, because she's like, she's excited. She's going to college. She's got a bright future ahead of her. Beautiful girl. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's fantastic. That's what every guy dreams of. But then there's also the other parts, like there's the times when, you have a bad day, or, and if it's bad days all the time, then maybe it is a red flag. But there's times when it's like you want, the relationship side of stuff, and it's like, it's one thing to have, people talk about that a lot, it's like, it's one thing to have a friendship, and another thing to have a relationship-y ship. And so it's like, you want your relationship to also be your best friend. So it's kind of like you want two things, and people aren't always in the same mood, I guess. So sad all the time, and I try so hard to make her happy, and I don't know what to do. Oh, it's freaking Spiralin. She's a genius with this stuff. Maybe she can help out. Spiralin, we're talking about relationship-y stuff. I can make her happy, but it's hard to do it every day. Oh. So that's another thing, Cobra, is it's nice when you're both headed in the same direction, but here's the problem with that. You're not always going to maintain the same speed. So you got to think, sometimes you got to be the person who's going to pick up the other person and carry you with them. And if what you're saying is that occasionally I want her to cheer me up, maybe you can challenge her with that. Say, hey, babe, I'm kind of sad today. Can you cheer me up? And maybe she can do that. And I'm willing to put, well, I'm poor, so I'll just give you one shiny penny. But I'll bet a penny that if she was able to do that, if you said, babe, can you shine up a penny? Brain not working. Babe, can you cheer me up? And she did. That would recharge you for like a week or a month, or however long it would be. It's too much for me as a 15-year-old. Oh man, if it's too much for you at 15, man, just wait till you get to be friggin' 30. It's like, is it ever gonna settle down? And it might. Like I say, rule number 1: don't take advice from a 30-year-old single guy. Because I'm probably not gonna help much. But I am here to help as much as I can, And so I guess I would say, try to repair it before you exchange it. And how do you repair it? See if she can cheer you. See if she can cheer you up. And also, like, at 15, maybe give it a year, dude. She might change. If you're invested and you love her, stick with her. Because, like I say, the grass is always greener, and then you change something in, you cash it in. Yeah. Give it another month, dude. Yeah. Think about the summer. I mean, you got summer coming up. So that's a thing. Yeah. Kinda, I just want her to be happy. I don't want to mess anything up. That's a thing. It's hard to do every day, though. Yeah, that's another thing. And, you got me thinking, Cobe. Cheering her up every day. Maybe she's addicted to you cheering her up. And she doesn't know it. Maybe she's like, Because you know how we all check our cell phone all the time? It's like, oh, social media, do I have any notifications? Is there anything on here? I need more from the world. Let me look at my phone. And so it's like, maybe she's like, I feel blah. Buh. Cobra, cheer me up. Maybe that's going on. And so that's why I say go back to the challenge. See if you can swap roles for a second or something, you know? That might be a thing. As much as you want to, it's not your job to make other people happy. You can try to make someone's day. That's well said. But if they can't even make themselves happy, you can't really help drag them out of it. That's another thing, yeah. Yeah. I just don't like her being sad. So, Cobe, what you're saying is that you got a great girl. There's just one problem. And it's that her... I mean, I was going to say sadness or lack of happiness or depression. That's, you know, a hefty word. Depression. Her emotion is grabbing you. And so what you need to do is be more powerful than that, and don't just draw the line and maybe the answer there is numb. I don't know if this is good advice or not, but numb yourself to that so it doesn't overtake you. Step one, don't let her emotion overtake you. Step two, battle it back every now and then. You know, comments, that kind of stuff. And you want her to be in her happy state. And so reward that. Don't reward the sadness. Reward the happiness. Hopefully that'll help. Can she get therapy or something? Those people went to school to learn how to make people happy. She does do therapy. It doesn't help. And especially because her mom hurts her. And she cuts herself. Friggin' niece was doing that. It's bad addiction. That's why I say it's an addiction. It's like, oh, and then it's like, I feel better, but you don't. Now she's got a bunch of scars on her arms. Gotta wear sleeves to job interviews and crap. Yeah. Don't let it affect you, Cobe. I know what you mean, though, that it's like you got this great car and it just won't run right. And it's got a rust problem. And it's on a part that's welded in place. And you don't have a welder. So you bolt some extra stuff on. And now it's not factory anymore. It's, I don't know, probably shouldn't use a car analogy if you're 15. Pretty young for a car. I mean, you're getting there. Actually, I got my first vehicle when I was 15 and a half. That was, man, we were just starting to get the internet then. I actually mail ordered a new headliner for it. That's a whole nother stupid story. But I got my first tool then too. I got a drill. Just too much pressure for me, I feel like it is sometimes. Well, I tell you what, Cobe. You know what's really cool? You should be proud of is the fact that you're considering it. I mean, some douchebags just run. You know, the fact that you're willing to try and be productive, creative, and helpful. Those are signs that you're a great man. Well done, sir. Kudos. Kudos to Udos. Isn't that a type of food? Kudos? What am I going to have for breakfast? How about a bowl of kudos? Do you have anyone you can talk to about this stuff? Spiral Annie has us. You and me. We're the ones. He's got us to talk. No, I know what you mean. Do you have anyone to talk to about this stuff? Any good friends? That is really a lot to go through. Yeah. Yeah. She said any good friends, Cobra. No, we're your friends, buddy. But like I say, don't take advice from a 30. Because I honestly would have liked to gotten married when right out of high school. I wanted to find my high school sweetheart. I was just too nervous to talk to girls. I was always shamed as a kid, Oh, Jacob's young. Don't let him look at the people kissing on the movie screen and that kind of stuff. And it was like, don't talk to girls. You're not supposed to be having girlfriends yet. You're too young and all that kind of stuff when I was younger. And on top of it, like, I got picked on by girls and stuff. So it was like, didn't really want to date any of them. But there was a lot of good girls that got away from me. Like that, I should have made something out of that. So there's that to consider. But in terms of, like, should you try to repair your relationship or cash it in? I mean, you gotta think two things, I guess. Do you care enough to try and make something out of it? And more importantly, does she care enough to try to make something out of it? I mean, because that's the thing, is testing that water of breaking up. It's scary, but it might be... It might be what she needs to realize that she needs to change something. Or maybe she's not willing to change something. I don't know. It's just really feel like I needed to vent. And they're all asleep. Oh, okay. Yep, vent it off, man. Yep. I tell you what. You can take solace, like to help you sleep. Because that's what I'm going to try and do now, is help you sleep. To help you sleep, keep a positive or a positive thought in your mind with the fact that you're a good person, and even if things don't work out, they will work out with someone, because you got that edge. That said, at your age... Oh, she's calling. Alright, see you in a bit. Just meant it in general. I get that no one but its weirdos are awake right now. Yep, only weirdos are awake at this hour on this side of the earth. And on the other side of the earth. Probably a bunch of weirdos over there too. Who knows? We're all pretty weird either way. Parenting is stressful. Ugh, sheesh. Yeah, I can only imagine. That's the thing. I remember being like 27 and being like, I should have had kids a couple of years ago. Have some little rapscallions running around. Should they'd be teenagers by now. It'd be crazy. They'd be like, can I borrow your car? It'd be nuts. I'd be like, did you do your homework? That kind of stuff. I feel like we are parenting. That's what I meant. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that too. You know what the real problem there is, Spyra, is that Cobra is 15. I feel like I'm freaking 15. I don't I don't feel like my age. I'm like, I thought I'd be smarter than this by my age. That's a classic Jeff Foxworthy line. He's like, I thought I'd be smarter than this by my age. What was one of his jokes? He's like, I still don't know who closes the door after the bus driver gets off. Thought that was hilarious. I feel like I'm 56. That's gotta be parenting for you. I mean, what else could it be, That's gotta be parenting. Well, shoot. Who does close it? Exactly. Yeah. And how do you open it again? Maybe there's a button outside. I almost looked it up. Just out of curiosity, Well, shoot. I got some jokes that I wrote this week. Actually, since I didn't really know what game to play, I thought about going live and sharing my jokes with anybody who came by. Unfortunately, the jokes I wrote this week are like 18 and older. So, can't share those. Which is weird for me, because most of my jokes are definitely like PG 13. And these are more like PG 31. If you're under 31, contact your parents. Seek parental guidance. Yeah, PG. If you're under 31 years old, seek parental guidance. After dark jokes. Yep. Very dark jokes. Actually, they're more just, girlfriend related jokes, but yeah. They're late show jokes. That kind of stuff. HBO jokes. Remember HBO back in the day? That was like, you could get swear words on TV? No way. People saying curse words on television? You gotta be kidding me. Are you over the age of 30? Check 1. And that's the thing. I don't feel that old. But I am. The camera doesn't really show it either. It's like, I was at one of the open mics, and it was like after the open mic was over, and we were all sitting there at the bar, and one of the comedians were like, all right, now roast me, and I said a couple. I'm not very good at insults and stuff. I actually tore into them a little bit, but they were like, one of them was like, you look like a stretched out 4th grader. I was like, thanks for the compliment-ish. I watched HBO through the wiggly static. Yeah. Get to see a nipple here and there. Yep, jiggly curves. I don't want to hear it, baby. Jamie, you got a baby face too. You don't look your age. You look like you're in your 20s. So anyway, I hope all's well. Hope things are going well. What are you doing up? How come you're awake at this hour? I was writing some Rodney Dangerfield jokes. And I was practicing my Taekwondo. Getting buff. Rough night? Ha ha. Yeah, laugh your way through it. That'll do. That'll help. I'll give you a couple of my jokes. We'll just give it a few minutes. But, I want to make sure Cobb's okay. He's an old friend. Young friend. I'm having a rough night too, but in a different way. So I do my Taekwondo Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then on Saturday we have black belt class. And my school is a franchise school of, I don't know if franchise is the right word, but there's like half a dozen schools around, like all the way out to Des Moines and stuff. And I was doing some work a little closer to the main school, the primary school. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to go to Taekwondo there. So I went Tuesday regular, and then on Wednesday I went to that class. And then Thursday I went to class again. So class 3 nights in a row. I'm sore and poppy, cracky. So like, popping and cracking. Actually, not that bad, but I've been trying to get my stretch ability back. I don't know if we talked about this or not, but like doing side splits and stuff, I'm trying to get back to where I can kick as high as I used to be able to. My brain still thinks I can, so it tries to put my leg up there. Wound up getting blood blisters on the inside of one of my thighs. You know, where like if you punch a heavy bag and you get red spots in between your knuckles. Yeah, like that. Red spots down. But I'm getting like I check my the floor tiles. We got those, floor tiles, and so when I do side splits, I was at 5 of them, and I moved my way up. Now I'm up to 6 of them, so I'm getting better, getting that back. So that's a good thing. And then, you want to hear a little bit of Taekwondo drama? Because there's actually like a lot of history, and I won't get into all of it because it gets boring how much friggin' drama it is. I mean, it's like Japan used to be in control of Korea because it's like China's here, and then there's the Korean peninsula, which is like a dangly Florida. They're just kind of dangling there. And then after that, you have the Japanese islands. So it's like Japan, Korean peninsula, China. And so for a while, Japan, like before World War II, Japan was in control of Korea. And they were like lording it about, and they were using the Korean women as sex slaves and stuff. Comfort women, they called them. Yeah, so there was a lot of Korean hate for the Japanese. And we went and like rescued the Japanese, or the Koreans from the Japanese after World War II, the government and all that. And so it was like, yay, thanks America for getting rid of the Japanese. Alright, now go along. And we were all like, we're the new Japanese, except we don't, not comfort women, but still there's that, it's like superiority thing. And so, and there's always national pride and stuff like that. And so it kind of turned into like a, well, you know about the Korean thing now. There's 2 different Koreas. There's North Korea, communist government, and South Korea is the Democratic Republic government. And like, apparently there was this dude, General something, he was like getting bullied by a sumo wrestler, and he went to Japan and learned calligraphy, and he also learned Shotokan karate, so that when he came back he'd get to fight the guy. And I don't think they actually fought. I think the guy died or something, but the General Hochihai guy learned that Shotokan karate, and he combined it with some old school Korean martial art that was kind of like banned by the Japanese, because it's like, you can't be Korean anymore. But they like still kept it around in secret. And so he kind of combined it and made this Taekwondo, and he taught some people, And they went out and formed all these different schools, and they kind of all taught it a little different. Everybody wants to be famous, everybody does it their own way, and they all like, I know better than this person, right? And then you got different body types, so everybody's a little bit different, and things work better for them and stuff. So that's where you get these 9 kwans, Taekwondo. And there's 9 kwans, but there's actually like 90 kwans. And that kind of went together during the Korean War to form Taekwondo. And during the 50s, like the General Ho Chi Hai guy, he wound up getting drafted in the South Korean government. I'm going to have to look that up. But it was something about he didn't like the North Korean government, and he went with the South Korean government. And eventually he wound up going to Canada, because I think he was talking to the North Korean government or something. So anyway, he went to Canada and he spread Taekwondo around the world. And he published this encyclopedia of Taekwondo, which has been used to kind of help create the rules for this International Taekwondo Federation, the ITF. Well, the North Korean government was like, hey, good job, national pride. And dude's like, I like being famous, I like notoriety, I like my Korean heritage. And so he kind of was like, I guess he was repatriated or something like that with North Korea. And so, everybody wants to be famous, everybody wants to be recognized. And so the South Korean government was like, not having that, we're going to make our own Taekwondo Federation. So they made the World Taekwondo Federation, the WTF. Yep, everybody laughs about it. Make your jokes now. So you got the ITF and then the WTF, right? And so my school's founder, Chung Yun Kim, originally trained in the ITF forms. Everybody did. That's where it all comes from. And followed the encyclopedia from the General Ho Chi Hai guy. And so Chung Yun Kim came to America in like the 70s, I think, 60s or 70s. And he started his school around where I am. And his students, like, he was teaching it military style, which the ITF is military style Taekwondo. The WTF is more sport style, aerobics Taekwondo. And there's a lot of argument there, but that's kind of basically what's going on. It's more Olympic style. How about that? And so, because the original ITF was made to liberate Korea from the Japanese. And the WTF was made to appeal to people who want it for the aerobic side and for their kids. Kid discipline, that kind of stuff like that. Confidence and all that kind of thing. So you get my instructor out here where he is, and he's teaching the ITF style. And there's a lot of like extra little stuff, like Grandmaster Jun Rhee. He was one of the big time Taekwondo founders, and he wound up making a third type called the Jun Rhee style. And then there's also the ATA style. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to do their own thing. But anyway, there's basically the ITF and the WTF. And my school's founder, Chung Kim, he started a magazine called the Taekwondo Times, which I don't know if you've ever seen, like Black Belt magazine, that kind of stuff. This is all before the internet. And so it's like, the martial arts magazines were a big deal then, and he founded the Taekwondo Times. And so in order to keep everyone happy and tied together, the ITF and the WTF, he pretty much went with both of them. Well, after this ITF founder, the general guy, he got repatriated. Little inside information, he actually is buried in North Korea in their honor memorial gravesite or whatever. A lot of the ITF schools started teaching more WTF stuff, and because there's like a lot more pull there, and there's a lot more international organization with the WTF than the ITF, because North Korea is like such a pariah and all that kind of drama. So in terms of like my school, I grew up learning in the 90s the ITF stuff, the ITF forms. So, you know, you do your practice forms, because you got basic, then you got forms where you learn the techniques and do them. You got sparring, where you get out there with your pads and you punch each other and kick each other. And then you got board breaking, where you go out and you break stuff. And then there's the other stuff, like the Hapkido stuff, where you throw the opponent, the judo stuff, you know. And a little side note, the Hapkido is like the Korean version of judo. In Japanese, a stick is called a bow, so they call it a bow staff. In Korean, a stick is called a bong, so it's a bong staff. So I've been going to black belt class and learning how to use my bong. Pause for laughter. Yeah, we call it a long bong, or a key bong. Long staff, long stick. And so, I learned all this ITF stuff. I learned the ITF forms, the ITF one steps, the ITF Hoshin Souls, or no, that's new. The Hapkido stuff. And so, coming back to it after 24.5 years away from it, sounds like a green belt. Okay, we're gonna add to that, Jamie. So in order to start learning weapons, you have to be a green belt or above. So in order to learn how to use your bong, you gotta at least have a green belt. Hope you didn't spit your tea out. Okay, so we come back, and I come back after 24.5 years away, and not only do I need to relearn all of the ITF forms, I now have to learn the WTF forms. So I've got twice as many forms to learn. But fast forward to the point of my story, that's what I've been doing. Is just before this, I ran through my forms. Ran through all of the Chang'an forms and all the Kukiwon forms. Kukiwon style. Yep. And the Chang'an style. So I ran through the Taeguk Iljong, Taeguk Ijong, Samjong, Sajong, Ojong, Yukjong, and then the Sashikang bongs, 1 through 8. Chunji, Dangun, Dosan, Wanyo, Hyulguk, and Chungun. And then on the back end, those are the ones going up the belts. White, yellow, orange, 2 green belts, 2 blue belts. Haven't done the red belt stuff yet. Haven't done the brown belt stuff yet. But I have the temporary black belt form and the black belt forms backwards. So I've got Phuong, Koryo, and Kwangke. Yeah. Still need to learn Dangun Kongbong, which is actually a form that was made. It's a 2-person form made by the founder of my school, Chung Kim. Don't really do much halfway. Nope. Trying. I try to be the best, you know. Don't always get there, but hey, oh hey, interesting thing. My Gemstone channel is over 1,000 subscribers. Working at it, you know. I didn't go live this week because my internet was being worked on. Like, I had like 100 megabytes per second upload or download and 0. Sometimes I'd have 2 megabytes per second upload. I'm supposed to have 50. Now we're up to 515. That's how I'm streaming right now. We're only dropping 0.1%. So, you know, excuse me, improvements a little bit at a time. Woohoo. Very interesting. Thank you. I figured you'd like it. I mean, the drama alone is so interesting. And there's a lot more, like, deets to it. Like, it's like, oh, why this and why that? But basically, I kind of got a feel for it. But, oh. So anyway, yep, that stuff. Hope I got you tuckered out. That gave me something to talk about for a little while. What else do I have to talk about? I guess I could probably tell my jokes. Not sure if Cobe's gonna make it back or not, but let's see. Where's my jokes at? They're probably not gonna be very funny because I'm tired and I'm not really in character. Oh wow, that's not even... That's one of the things about, like, not medicating is... And it's been like 3 months... Wait, what? 4 months? Yeah. So you start having weird dreams. And I have been having weird dreams lately, like... I won't even get into them all, but this one... I woke up just laughing like crazy because I thought that this joke was so funny, and it makes absolutely no sense. I'll tell you the joke, then I'll dial back. No sense. Do 4th grade math teachers get jealous of the math teachers that are higher up in the math tree? Because they get to teach from higher up in the math tree? And it was funny because math teachers like to teach math from tree houses. And the ones that are that teach math at the lower grades have to teach lower in the treehouse. And the ones that get to teach like 12th grade math, they get to teach on the upper levels of the treehouse. Yeah. I wound up trying to understand the tie-in there, and I looked up math teacher treehouse. Nope. Don't understand where that came from. Not a clue. That's great. Thank you. Thanks. I'm almost wondering if I'm gonna have to share that with an audience because that is freaking crazy. I mean, that is weird. Where did that even come from? Let's see. I thought the Brady Bunch was a band made up of people with dreadlocks. Oh yeah, hey, little fact. These aren't even the jokes for last week that I haven't told yet. These are the jokes for the show that I'm supposed to do this Sunday. Yeah. So these aren't even the joke. I mean, I've got 2 weeks worth of jokes I haven't told yet. Yeah. I've heard of working as a warm-up comedian, but can I get a job as a cool-down comedian? Oh. Let's see. You know, I've found that I want to live out in the country. Not too far out in the country. You know, I want to live just far enough out in the country that people can hear me yell for help, but they're not close enough to see me walk around naked. Peep, 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 peep. I don't get that one. But I don't get a lot of them, so. Thanks for the laughy faces. Let's see. Oh, I've been writing more Rodney Dangerfield stuff. Because I don't get no respect. I was insulted by the other day I was insulted by my salad. I said, that's rude. It said, I'm a rude a bag of salad. And I tell you, I don't get, I'm trying to be famous here. I'm trying to get my name out there, you know. I called my agent. I said, hey, can you get me some work? He said, who are you? Because I don't get no respect. The other day I went to Walmart and the greeter said, what are you doing here? I said, I came to get some food. He said, dog food's in aisle 13. No respect. Let's see, where did the rest of that one go? Yeah, no respect. And my girlfriend treats me like a dog, too. I asked her if she wants me to put the seat down after I pee. She said I should just go outside and use the tree. Not sure if that one's funny or not. I tell you, I get no respect. I went to take a picture. I tried to download a Snapchat filter so I wouldn't look so ugly. It said unable to recommend. I tried to take the picture anyway. The camera burned up. So there's that one. Make sure Cobra's not back yet. Let's make a line of high-end sex toys. We'll call them Prada Ho. Style up your bum. Let's see, what do I got for the show I'm supposed to do? These are pretty bad. So, yeah. It was 420 the other day. As a stoner, I'm like, how do I even celebrate 420? Smoke more weed? I already do that. Okay, I'm going to go backwards here. Someone asked me, why am I eating so much ice cream? I said, I'm trying to be cool. The church said I'm supposed to give alms. So I put a bunch of almonds in the donation basket. That one hasn't done very well. Oh, here you go. I'm liking this one. I'm kind of proud of this one. Don't tell nobody yet. Because it's kind of a bit piece. It's kind of a chunk. Because you got jokes, bits, and chunks. So I say grace before I eat. But do I have to say grace before I eat seconds? And how about dessert? Is there like dessert grace? Because that's honestly the part I'm most thankful for. I mean, I'd say dessert grace twice if I get to have dessert seconds. And it's got me thinking, you can tell how well somebody's doing by the condiments they have in their fridge. You know, like if someone has ranch and bacon ranch, they're doing pretty good. If someone has Thousand Island dressing, it means they're worldly. If someone has sriracha, they're probably woke. And if the only condiment in your fridge is baking soda, you probably work as a comedian. And I like my condiments. I subsist on the American diet of dips, sauces, dressings, gravies, glazes, and toppings. I really like it when my dressing does two things. Like when my moldy blue cheese will cool my hot wings and give me a dose of penicillin. Or like with Thousand Island dressing, you get a vacation and a better salad. And if you combine Western dressing with ranch dressing, you get Dude Ranch dressing. And if you combine all of them, yeah, you know, that's American. That's the end of that bit. Why did the captain drive a speedboat in the morning? He wanted to wake up the lake. It's a boating joke. Women, if you want to know what it's like to be a man, just pet your cat. When you want to reach down and pet your cat and hear it purr, that's the same as when a man wants to touch your boobs and hear you moan. And cats are a lot like men. You ever have a cat wake up in the middle of the night and start meowing? Men have that too. It's called midnight morning wood. That's all I got for the jokes. That's it for the joke portion. We're up to date now. That was a wholesome chunk. Thank you. I like that. I want to do more stuff like that. That was a Jim Gaffigan inspired chunk. I've been doing a lot of Rodney Dangerfield stuff this week, but I want to get some more of that Gaffigan style stuff because I think it really hits, and I think it goes over well at like corporate events and, you know, the things that really pay, but also that people have trouble with. Which is the thing with one-liners. Like, one-liner comedians get a lot of flack. It's like, oh, you're a one-liner comedian. You're just a one-liner comedian. And, you know, there's a lot of great one-liner comedians like Rodney Dangerfield or Mitch Hedberg or Stephen Wright or Dimitri Martin. They're all one-liner comedians, you know. But they all did pretty well. And the benefit I've found to being a one-liner is that if somebody's not into your story, they don't zone out. And you don't have to have a huge punchline at the end. You can roll off momentum. You crack them, and then you get them rolling. And sometimes you can lose people and bring them back. The car one was less wholesome but funny. Car? What did I do? What did I say about a car? Cat? The cat one? Yeah, that's not very wholesome. What about the cat? Oh, I missed a couple jokes. Yeah. Gaffigan style suits your personality. Thanks. I appreciate that. I was thinking that too. Because a lot of comedians go dirty and they go dark. And for me to not do that gives me a bigger market. Because I was thinking about, you know, from the comedy side and then from the business side. So what am I trying to do with my comedy here, James? I didn't just call you a man's name. I was like, Jamesies. What am I... Cat. Sorry, left-handed. Gotcha. What am I trying to do with my comedy? Well, I'm trying to cheer people up and add content to my Sunday show. But let's say I'm trying to make a little bit of extra money with it. Sure, why not? Let's see what we can do with it. Or let's say I'm trying to get fame and notoriety. Those are different things. So let's say I'm trying to make a little bit of money with it. There's different ways to do that with comedy. I mean, there's getting booked at the comedy clubs. There's trying to sell tickets to a show, like an arena or something like that. There's doing bit pieces on the radio that, you know, calling into the radio shows. There's like writing for a comedy show, like, you know, Saturday Night Live or like a, you know, something less. I sound distinguished. That's smart. Thank you. Well, I also saw this interview with Ralphie May, and he was talking about the business side of comedy. And if you can write topical stuff, you can be the go-to guy on that topic. You can be the comedian for this event that happened. Like, you can be the comedian that has told all the jokes about Ukraine or whatever. All the jokes about the virus or whatever. And so, it's pretty hard to do, but basically you can try to get your name out there that way. Excuse me. Or there's people who have gimmicks. Certain comedians have gimmicks. Like Jeff Foxworthy has you might be a redneck. Or like how Jim Gaffigan's famous as the Hot Pocket guy. He talks a lot about food. But that's another thing, is I've noticed Gaffigan has a lot of clips on his material, and he's got tons of material. Oh man, does he have a lot of material. He's got like half a dozen specials. And I see some comedians, they've got like one special, and they're doing the same material. They've been doing the same 20 minutes for 10 years, and it's like, I totally understand. It's hard to write material. But I started thinking of it this way. There's more than just jokes. You gotta have stage presence and delivery. But the jokes are the main part. So let's say the jokes are water. I mean, you can get your water from a bathroom faucet if you're thirsty enough. But the presence of the bathroom and the delivery from the faucet, trying to stick your head under there, are two things that make it less pleasant. Now let's say that you have a bottle of water in a gas station refrigerator. That's better presence and delivery. Now let's say that the water sucks. The jokes suck, the material. You can have a great gas station, very cold refrigerator, and a beautiful glass bottle with a wonderful label. But if the water sucks, people don't want it. So the most important part is the water. I mean, if you got good enough water, people will go into that bathroom and drink it from the faucet. So having more material allows me to pick the best material and have better material for it. So that's my goal, is just to keep writing more. I took my list of over 1,500 jokes and boiled it down to my best ones. I'm still sitting at 600 jokes. Yeah, and I've been categorizing them. Church jokes, computer jokes, car jokes. That way, I got the spreadsheet and I can filter it and organize them. So that's what I'm trying to do now as I'm working through that. I got this big spreadsheet that I go through a little bit here and there. I thought about going through that on my live stream, but I'm having more fun talking at you. You need to hop up on panel so that we can chat. And that was another thing, is I haven't done the online joke gym in a few weeks because I've been having internet trouble. Called the internet company to complain. They came out, they went up on the pole, they checked everything all the way into the house. Everything's fine on my end. It's the main server in the area. And I'm like, well, give me my service or I'm going to go with like a T-Mobile hotspot. Because I actually talked to T-Mobile and they said they can give me what I need to stream. Well, here we are like 2 weeks later and we're finally streaming again. And we're not dropping out so far. We'll see how long that lasts. I think it's a great way to look at it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't imagine I'll be the most famous person ever, because, I mean, look at how many comedians there are that are famous, and look at how many comedians there are that were famous and people forget about them. I mean, Kids these days don't even know who the Beatles were. And kids these days don't even know who Elvis was. I was talking to a girl from Texas. She doesn't know who Chuck Norris is. Walker? Texas Ranger? No clue. Even after all those Chuck Norris jokes. So, you know, it just kind of goes to show you that fame isn't all it's cracked up to be, but I'll take the money. Yeah. Wouldn't that, I mean, that would be an experience to remember. To be up on stage in an arena and have 1,000 people laugh because of a joke I told. I'm like, what? But here's the cool thing is that, like, doing those open mic nights, I got people to laugh. They were laughing at my jokes. Makes me feel so good. You know what people really laugh at is the joke about how all this legal weed's been giving me secondhand munchies. Yeah, that one's pretty good. The joke about how I drive a blimp because it makes me look thinner. I need to write more stuff about that and kind of build it out. Kind of like how I had the part about saying grace roll into the condiments in the fridge, roll into the dressings joke. So all three of those bits go together into a chunk. That's so awesome. You're awesome. I need to do the online joke gym again. I've just been so tired lately. Like, I think doing Taekwondo yesterday and today and the day before really tuckered me out. Just kind of been sore and healing up. I need a body massage. That's what I need, is a personal masseuse. Actually, you're not supposed to call them a masseuse. Something about that suggests they're a prostitute, I guess. So you're supposed to call them a massage therapist, I think. Something like that. I don't know. Get a Theragun. If it's got a trigger, I will pull that. Yep. The only problem there is, the only problem with having a Theragun is that I'm going to do this so much, I'm going to need a Theragun for my trigger finger. Now that's one thing that I want, like a robot massage, a personal robotic android assistant for. It's personal massages. Yep. But the thing is, like, there's really no way to be like, oh yeah, this is gonna work, because then you get into that, like, what if it malfunctions, So you have to sit there with your finger on a kill button. Nope, too much. Broke my leg. I don't even know what a Theragun is. I actually want to look that up now. If androids have good massages, I'd sell myself for that. Oh, that would be cool. This looks like a lady's toy. This looks like a personal massager. It looks like the end of it is just big enough for a suction cup. And it's got a handle. And they have different grades. They got the Pro, Elite, Prime, and Mini. Oh, when it's Bluetooth activated, okay. Mm-hmm. It has a dampener, a standard ball, a wedge, a thumb, a cone, and super soft. You know, you can get that thumb in there. It would blast a badge right off your body. Oh, it's for muscles, okay. Well, you know. That's what toothbrushes are for, right? Those little vibraty toothbrushes. I actually like the vibrator toothbrush. Click. Those things are cool. Let's see, we talked about Taekwondo, we talked about jokes, we talked about my gems. What else do I got going on? Work. Good old that. Friggin' work. Nothing too exciting. Oh hey, did I ever show you my pinball game? I actually want to make another one of those, just like, just because I want to play it so bad. I was thinking about building one. The only problem is, like, the sheets of plywood, the particle board, they used to be like $20. Now they're like fucking $50, and I need 2 of them. So instead of spending like $40, I'm going to be spending like 110. I got a knockoff one from Amazon, but god dang on my calves and traps. It hurts so good. God dang on my calves. God dang on my calves and traps. It hurts so good. Well, if it hurts good, that's good. Let's see, I'm gonna pull up my pinball machine. So you can see my penny ball machine thinger. This is, I don't know, like 5 years ago I made this. And the original one that I made, it was, I didn't have the space at the time. So this was out at somebody's farm, and then they moved, and so this one wound up getting burned or something, I think. Just because I didn't have a place for it. But anyway. So we'll get around here and then I'll show you. Okay, so it's kind of a pinball machine, but it has a bouncy ball in it. And in the bottom there's a ramp, and then there's a little thing here, and you kick it, and it's kind of like this. Or, well, yeah, it'd be better if I showed it like this. It's like this, and then you kick it, and this flap goes up and boots the bouncy ball around. If you kick it at the wrong time, the bouncy ball goes under the flap. Game over. And actually, after about 30 seconds or so, usually the game is up. And then I put in the paddles so that you can paddle it around. It's a prototype. Okay, so you see the ball down in the bottom, and then he kicks the flap and it bounces the ball. And then I was thinking we could put like sensors to score points. He's pretty good. See, he actually got it going for a little while, which he's like really good at sports. He's the sports one of the kids.
Make some money.
Yep.
Still didn't beat.
See, he's like, one more time. That was a really fun game. I really like it. This is just a little screw I put in there so I can reach in and pick it up. Like I say, it's a prototype. That's why the paddles, the paddles are different. But I want to make one just so I can play it again. It's freaking fun. You stand there on one leg and kick that ball, and it goes inside of there. Kick it really hard, and then you freaking so much fun to play that game. I love that game. And so then I was like, you know, from the business angle, like, should we patent it? Should we get it out there in the world? Parlor games. It's a parlor game, like a pinball machine game. I'm sure you know arcades have died off. Pinball machines are pretty much just mass manufactured. The real money, like the big pinball manufacturers, have all moved into manufacturing slot machines, casino games. Because that's where the money is, you know. And I thought about contacting one of the smaller pinball manufacturers, but then I was like, well, maybe I should get like a provisional patent, because then they'll be like, oh yeah, we can actually look at moving forward with this thing. And so then I've been kind of like, well, maybe I should write a provisional patent, but it's almost the same price to write the provisional patent as it is the actual real patent. And I've done that before, so then I was like, let's go ahead and write it up. So that's something I need to work on. But really, I need to make another prototype so I can freaking play it again. Because, like, you know, from there, you add some trim, better paddles, paint it, add some sensors and a scoreboard, and you got yourself a game. You know, some graphics on there. I thought that was fun. Oh hey, I got a thing from YouTube creators. Congrats on 1,000 subscribers. We always knew this day would come, and we hope you did too. You're doing amazing work, and we couldn't be happier for you. Now go share this GIF and good news using hashtag 1K creator. Share on Twitter. Thanks, YouTube team. Bananas. Lots of bananas. Okay. Great. That's cool. I mean, it's exciting, you know. I like it. Okay, let's put you to sleep, because you probably got your tea all dranked up. Let's put you to sleep with a really, really boring game called Skyrim. How about that? Unless there's something else you wanted me to jabber on about. Also, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, online joke gym. We'll do the online joke gym on Monday. Sounds professional when I jog the paper, doesn't it? Monday, we'll do the joke gym. I mean, I could just say, Monday, we'll do the joke gym. Put the jokey crooked finger up there. Straight finger? Crooked finger? Yeah. Monday, joke gym. Something like that. Oh, hey, I got a notification that I'm live. that my chatbot is live. Oh, wait, you're not supposed to do that. It opened the keyboard. A baby is just insane, but no. I'm down to listen. I want to see the GIF. Okay, let me see if I can show you the GIF. Where's the GIF? Oh, there we go. Got it. Bringing it up for you. 'Cause I'm cool like that. Alright, but you're gonna have to enjoy that while I go get a refill. I will be right back. I'm gonna run and go get a refill. Okay, I made it back. Let's do this game thing. Which, you need to game. You need to be gamey Jamie. It's one of the things that is great about you, Jamie, is that you're always so positive and encouraging. Your kids are lucky to have you as a mom. Whoops. Gotta get rid of that. Okay. Ready, steady, pile on the Yeti. So what I'm gonna have to do is some Yeti jokes. Let's go to Solstheim, huh?
What is it? There isn't any Ethereum here, is there? Damn it. Wait. Yes. Yes, there is. The shards we collected. They're pure Ethereum, remember? It's not much, but it'll do. With them and the materials in this room, we should have everything we need. I don't know. I honestly don't know. After all these years, it's a miracle even this much survived. Make it count. This may be the only chance we ever get to use the forge. What is it?
Oh yeah, apparently we can go back here if we have the right spells. But there's nothing special back there. Oops. Wrong thing. Yep, we gotta have like fire resistant spells and all that.
No one could possibly deny what we found now. For me, I've done what I set out to do. But you, take that out into the world, and if anyone asks, tell them what we discovered together.
So, congratulations. Thanks, Katria. What now?
I've waited so long for this moment. We found it at last. Now, I think I can rest.
What?
Farewell,
No.
my friend. Wherever your travels take you.
No, my ghost girlfriend. You're supposed to go hang out at the bar or something. Aw, that's so sad. Supposed to go chill at some graveyard where we can talk about old times. Well, anyways. Apparently that's a thing. Now let's go take a boat to a weird island. Pecans. Yep, and that's a thing. What'd that say? Read cultist orders. Travel to Solstheim. Okay, where are the cultists' orders? Board the vessel, Northern Maiden, Dr. Ravenrock. Take it to Windhelm, then begin your search. Kill the false dragonborn known as Administrator before he reaches Solstheim. Return with word of your success, and Mirax shall be most pleased. Okay, Miralax. We gotta go find Miralax. Let's go board the boat. We can run up there. Maybe not. It's actually a pretty long jog. It's making me want to speed up the game. Do you like pecans? I love pecans. Really? I thought... Thought I could outrun a cave bear. Figured I'd be able to outrun him, you know? Oh. Those are the cultists that, that we're supposed to hunt down. There we go. Took long enough. Aw, my kitty. I don't want to have to fight the kitty, too. What fun is it if you can't swan dive off of a... Dagnabbit. Supposed to be able to jump off the waterfalls. It's no fun if you can't do that. Dang. Gotta save it. Stupid bears all the time. Oh, it's a cat. Dang it. Fishing map. Chest of goodies. Ooh, a treasure map. We'll come back for that. Take that mean bear. That's what you get for being mean. Should call this game Jacob versus Nature. That's what I need before bed. Salted honey. Actually, I'm going to save that for when I wake up. It'll help me wake up.
Talk to Captain Galland if you're looking to book passage.
If you're looking for passage to Solstein, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore.
Yeah, well, the marker says you are.
Surprised you've never heard of it. It's an island northeast of here. There's a small dark elf town called Raven Rock, and a handful of Nords living in Skal Village. But I'm not going back there. There's something wrong about that place. It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. And that's not right, losing whole days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstein. If you've been listening to me, I'm not going back there.
Well, I'm feeling rich, so I could pay him, but, I'll tell him we gotta get the bad... I'm here to get those bad guys for you.
All right, you have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
I owe them a bit of payback myself. Well, here we are. This is Raven Rock. Can't say I'm all that glad to see it again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
I don't recognize you. So I'll assume this is your first visit to Raven Rock, Outlander. State your intentions. Mirak, I'm not sure. What I do? Just remember, Raven Rock is sovereign territory of House Redderin. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions? I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it. I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone. I'm not sure what. Raven Rock started out as an Imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. But when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home. I have to be. As second counselor, the security of Raven Rock is my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstice. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there. Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. Attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives. Many more were exiled from their homeland.
If you're looking for passage, talk to Captain Young.
Remember, we are watching you.
Before you even ask, yes, have the supplies you requested. But what? This load cost me double what we'd agreed on. Nothing I can do about it.
Damn it, Jollens, you know we don't have that much cotton.
Look, the East Empire Company didn't give me a choice. They've raised their prices again. And there's nothing I can do about it.
After all these years, they're gouging us for every last drake we have. Let me talk to Laeral. I'll see what we can do.
All right, Admiral. Don't worry about rushing. Just pay me when you can.
Your visit here will be tolerated as long as you abide by our laws. Otherwise, you'll answer to the veteran guard.
You can go where you please, but I'd say stay inside the bulwark if I were you.
try. That they have forgotten.
Here do we toil.
That we might remember.
You
Here
don't,
we
you
reclaim.
don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here? Mira. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place. Oh, wait, I recall. That makes very little sense. Mira's been dead for thousands of years. I'm not sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there. Building something, clearly, and yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish. Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out. When the city of Vivek was destroyed, it took decades for us to rebuild. We are still but a shadow of our glorious past, but someday we will rise again. It is the only place where silt stridents can be found.
And when the world remembers.
That's that, then.
That world will cease to be.
That you have.
That seems inadvisable. Oh, fascinating. By touching the... Ah, so you are able to resist the effect by exerting your will. Fascinating. I would not advise touching the stone again. The effects of repeated contact could be... Unless, of course, you'd like to contribute to my investigation. It could be very enlightening to observe you.
Here we reclaim. What faithless minds have stolen.
Far from ourselves. He grows ever near to us. Our eyes once were blinded.
Oh yeah. Sky jellyfish. What was that guy's deal? Just came out of nowhere. Like he had some sort of plan. Alright, we'll go to this thingy and then I'm gonna call it a stream. Wish it was that easy. Was he crushed by his own rocks? That doesn't make sense. Pie. Beer and pie. Wonder when do we get to go to the mushroom house? There's a dude who lives in a giant mushroom. He's a wizard. Oh, look at that. Dragons. Looks like 4 of them. 5, 6, 7.
Our hands once were idle.
8.
Now through them does he speak.
And when the world shall listen.
You must leave this place! Osla, please! You must listen to me! Isra, I'm here to help you! You must leave this place!
When the world shall see.
You there! What brings you to this place? I am Freya of the Scar. I am here to either save my people, or avenge them. I am unsure. Something has taken control of most of the people of Solstein. It makes them forget themselves, and work on these horrible creations that corrupt the stones, the very land itself. My father, Storm, our shaman, says Mirak has returned to Solstein, but that is impossible. Then you and I both have reason to see what lies beneath us. Let us go. There is nothing more I can do here. The tree stone and my friends are beyond my help for now. We need to find a way into the temple below. His story is as old as Solstein itself. He served the dragons before their fall from power, as most did. A priest in their order. But unlike most, he turned against them. He made his own path, and his actions cost him dearly. The stories say he sought to claim Solstein for himself, and the dragons destroyed him for it. Gone now, I suppose. The evil in this place must be rooted out. We have lived on Solstheim for many generations. Our people are tied to the land itself. We try to serve the All-Maker, to live in balance with nature, instead of exploiting it, as others would. There are few of us left unaffected by this curse. My father Storm, the shaman, protects them in the village. I fashioned an amulet to guard me against whatever has taken hold of the skull, but it is the only one of its kind. If I cannot find a way to save them, there is no hope for our people. There are few of us left unaffected by this curse. Are you ready to help me now? We should not delay. We should check these rooms for supplies before heading further into the temple. Take your time. I shall follow you when you are ready. Where did you come from? Die! I am sorry, but you left me with no choice. We must be careful in these rooms. Traps can be anywhere, and there will likely be many. Miraak was trying to take power, and protect himself in the process.
Tried to step into the side.
I do not wish to imagine the kinds of things that happened in this chamber. Who are the poor souls trapped in these cages? What tortures did they suffer at Miraak's hands? Was it in service to the dragons, or for his own purposes? Look up there. I think I see something. The stairs are knocked out. I have no doubt you can find a way up. You never know. You may find something of value up there. I shall look around. We can proceed when you are ready. someone there. I knew I heard something. Victorious again. What was it? I am sorry, but you left me with no choice. Who's there? Thank you for your protection, Allmaker. I'm not going down there. It would be foolish to attempt. You have a much better chance than I to make it through these traps. I have no doubt that lever turns these blades. I shall wait here for now.
Yep.
Mirag took great pains to make it difficult to reach him, it seems. Let us hope that is the last of these traps.
Nah, there's gotta be some kind of a boss or something.
I must not fail my people. I do not know what it is Mirac learned that gave him reason to turn on his masters, but his path seems to have been a cruel one. I wonder if he will find some answers. By the Omegle! Is someone there? No! There was no other way it could end. Interesting. This may be worth exploring. I suspected there would be something down here. Do you know those spells already? So it ends. We must find out what is it worth. Something feels wrong. Brace yourself.
Aww. The swords are broken. Where's the other one? Oh, we're not allowed. Okay. Must have just been a disarming spell. There is no such thing as repair, is there?
Dead end? Impossible. There must be something more. Look around. I will let you know if I find anything in the dining area. I knew it. A secret passage in the dining area just opened up. This must be it. Let us move. I wonder if there is something here that tells the story of Mira. Nothing but ruined books. I do not recognize this statue. We passed by a few of them earlier. They are becoming more frequent as we get further in. I do not like this place. It almost looks as if these statues will come to life at any moment. It looks like there is only one way to proceed. I leave the honor of pulling that handle to you. I do not want to put my hand anywhere near the mouth of that statue. I do not suspect that will be the case the further we go. Be on your guard. Is someone there? Now we end this! I knew I heard something! Victorious again. What's that? But you left me with no choice. There are dark magics at work here. Ready yourself. This book. It seems wrong somehow. Here, yet not. It may be what we seek.
The time comes soon when... What? Who are you to dare set foot here? Ah. You are Dragonborn. I can feel it. And yet... You have done little beyond killing a few dragons. You have no idea of the true power a Dragonborn can wield. This realm is beyond. You have no power here. And it is only a matter of time before Solstheim is also mine. I already control the minds of its people. Soon they will finish building my temple, and I can return home. Send him back where he came from. He can await my arrival with the rest of Tamriel.
What happened to you? You read the book and then... It seemed as though you were not really here. I could see you, but also see through you. Where? Where is he? Can we reach him? Can we kill him? This is a dangerous thing, then. We should return to my village and show this to my father. Perhaps Storm can make sense of what is going on. Come, there looks to be a way out through here. You see that green light? That comes from the Windstone, where my people work against their will. They must be freed soon. village is just ahead. Storn has used his magic to raise a barrier around it, protecting the few of us left. That the barrier is still there is a good sign. Father, I have returned. There is yet hope.
Freya, what news do you bring? Is there a way to free our people?
No, but I have brought someone who has seen things. He has confirmed that Mirak is indeed behind the suffering of our people.
I feared that it would be so.
But how is that possible? After all this time?
I fear there is too much we do not yet know.
Please, tell Storm what has happened.
So you have seen things, yes? My magic grows weak, and so does the barrier around our village. Time is short. Tell me what you know. Really? How? The legends speak of that place. Terrible battles fought at the temple. The dragons burning it to the ground in rage. They speak also of something worse than dragons buried within. Difficult to imagine, but if true, it means what I feared has come to pass. Mirak was never truly gone, and now has returned. If you could go to this place and see him, are you like Mirak? Are you Dragonborn? Then perhaps you are connected with him. The old tales say that he too was Dragonborn. I am unsure. It may mean that you could save us, or it may mean that you could bring about our destruction. But our time here is running out. The few of us left free of control cannot protect ourselves for much longer. You must go to Saring's Watch. Learn there the word that Mirak learned long ago, and use that knowledge on the Windstone. You may be able to break the hold on our people there, and free them from control.
Okay. I'm tired. We'll talk to that guy later. Have a good night.